Hello everyone, Dr. Suneel Dhand, medical doctor. Welcome to another video. Cognitive decline and dementia is the worst nightmare for many people out there. Absolutely devastating. Everybody has a story to tell. And often symptoms will start very subtly. People will take a little bit longer to perform certain tasks. Even simple tasks like pulling out the key to get into the house. And then in conversation, usually this is noticed by loved ones, people will start to repeat themselves. They won't remember things that they remembered before. And it's a horrible thing to see happen to a loved one. Now, there is no cure for dementia as of now. When the brain cells, the neurons start to degenerate and those neuronal connections become disrupted, there isn't any way to get them back again. However, there are many ways to slow down this process. And for anybody who hasn't developed these symptoms, which I'm hoping is everybody watching, you're all strong and sharp, there are many things that you can be doing, especially if you're over the age of 65, to lower the risk dramatically of cognitive decline and dementia. Now, I'm really not a fan of many of these medications which are now routinely prescribed for dementia, medications like donepezil, Aricept. When you actually look at the evidence, it's not great by any stretch of the imagination. So the best thing that most people can do is to focus on the natural ways to hopefully keep those neuronal connections strong, keep the brain strong. And I'm going to go over 5 really important ones in this video that anybody can take on board. And for anybody who does enjoy my videos, please make sure that you've signed up for my free newsletter. If you're not already signed up, why not? Link down below in the description. Okay, number 1, focus on reversing insulin resistance. This is so crucial, and it's not stressed anywhere nearly enough. In fact, I think it's barely stressed by the modern day medical profession, even though many people call dementia type 3 diabetes, and that is for a reason. There is such an overwhelming link between insulin resistance and cognitive decline, dementia. And the thing about insulin resistance is that it starts years before it even shows up on these standard blood tests like fasting glucose and HbA1c. What you really want to do is get a fasting insulin level and check a HOMA-IR. I've talked about this in many previous videos, and I'll include a link down below. But you want to make sure you're as insulin sensitive as possible. That is really good for your brain and maintaining those neuronal connections. So if you need to lose excess body fat, because remember, body fat is linked to insulin resistance, then make sure you do that. Obviously, don't go over the top, especially if you're over the age of 65. It's good to have some body fat, but you all know what I'm talking about. Don't be significantly overweight or obese. So focus on cutting back on those processed foods, sugars, throw in some time-restricted eating and intermittent fasting at a level which is appropriate for you, and make sure you have a good exercise routine. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But the first point to keep in mind is make sure you're insulin sensitive, and if you actually get the HOMA-IR blood test, you want that to be as close to 1 as possible. Number 2, I want you to exercise your brain as much as you can. I know it's a cliche and I know I keep talking about it, but that is because I think most people above the age of 65 are not doing this. And simply make sure that you learn new skills. It is a complete myth that you can't learn new skills above a certain age. Absolutely you can. In fact, I think a lot of the time, older people are better at learning new skills because they're less distracted by a lot of the things that younger people are, like they don't keep looking at their phones every 5 seconds. So it could literally be something as simple as learning a few lines of a foreign language. It could be a new board game. It could be a new hobby. It could be a musical instrument if you're brave. But be able to say to yourself, if you're over the age of 65, I know this now, I know how to do this, or I know these few lines of another language, and I didn't know that 6 months or a year ago. If you can consistently be saying that, you are golden. You will be exercising your brain, and your brain is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it will get. That is backed up with terrific research as well. Number 3, I want you to focus on maximizing natural compounds, which are extremely good for your brain. So we already talked about a good diet, but I'm all for natural supplementation. If you're not getting enough through your diet, which most people don't, now the best thing you can do is maximize natural antioxidants. Those of you who follow me regularly know that one of my favorite daily medicines is a bowlful of fresh, organic, wild blueberries. They are packed with antioxidants that are good for your brain. But there are many other natural antioxidants as well. Vitamin C in red peppers and other citrus fruits is very good for you. And a whole host of natural spices and other compounds, turmeric containing curcumin. There's a lot of very interesting and promising research out there with ashwagandha and ginkgo biloba. And another one which is getting a lot of attention right now with helping the brain stay strong, maintain neural connections, and also help to ward off cognitive decline is lion's mane. There is more and more research coming out right now with lion's mane, and please do look that up. And while we're on the subject, the latest addition to our natural health and well-being store is organic lion's mane. We are very excited about our expanding natural health and well-being store. Do check out the organic lion's mane in the links down below. It is a premium product. And I also would urge you to look up some of the amazing research out there right now with lion's mane for keeping the brain strong. Okay, number 4, strength training. Another one that I'm going to keep on emphasizing. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but this doesn't mean becoming like a bodybuilder. You can use really light dumbbells or even exercise resistance bands as little as 20 minutes 3 times a week. Not really very much, and I don't accept many excuses, especially if you're retired. I say that with empathy and compassion. Come on, 20 minutes 3 times a week of light dumbbells. If you can go up in the weight of the dumbbells, even better. But there is amazing research out there that the more you maintain muscle mass into old age, the less the risk of cognitive decline. If you can do it every day, mix up the upper with the lower body, that is even better. But focus on keeping your muscles strong. And number 5, maintain those social interactions. So very important for most people. Now, I always get comments down below whenever I talk about this topic. A lot of people prefer to be alone, and that's fair enough. But the truth is that most people prefer social connections, whether it's family, whether it's friends. And the key is to be around company that you enjoy. And nowadays, online, it's very easy to find like-minded groups of people. Hang out with a local group. I know on Facebook, there's many groups that get together regularly in different communities to do hobbies that are based on shared interests. But the more you keep interacting with people, the better it is with your brain. For most people, and again, I'm not saying everybody, but for most people out there, social isolation is a bad thing. And there's a strong link in many different studies with social isolation and cognitive decline. So those are 5 things that I would really like you to focus on. 5 natural ways to help keep your brain strong and ward off one of the most scary and horrible illnesses out there, dementia. Again, we all have a story to tell. The goal is to lower your risk by any means you can. So let's go over those again. Number 1, reverse insulin resistance, which also means boosting your metabolic health naturally. Number 2, exercise your brain as much as possible. Learn new things. Number 3, take in as many natural compounds as you can, ranging from antioxidants to spices. Number 4, regular strength training. Keep those muscles strong, please. And number 5, regular social interactions. So please do remember those 5. I hope this video was helpful. Feel free to leave a comment down below. I enjoy hearing from all of you. Once again, check the links in the description down below for my website, all the other work I do, and our natural health and well-being store, including organic lion's mane. ohighwellness.com if you're in the USA, North America, ohighwellness.co if you're in the UK, Europe. If you're not already signed up for my free newsletter, please do so as well. Take care, everyone. Keep going, and we will speak again very soon.